Baseball practice officially starting here in the fall at Jacksonville State. Gamecocks defending OVC champs in the regular season. OVC tournament champs got to the Oxford Regional Final last year. When I bring that up, Jim Case, how does that make you feel?
Well, it brings back a lot of good memories, that's for sure. I think the last half of our year might have been the best that we played here. We were really good. It makes me feel good. It's a lot of good memories. And at the same time, I know we need to turn that page, and we're excited today to get started and see what happens with the 2020 group.
All right. You lost, three seniors. Mm-hmm. Nick Gaddis, that'll be a huge hole to fill. You lost your Friday night guy, your number one starter, Garrett Farmer. He got drafted in the Major League Draft. Two very big holes right there to fill. And then from the bullpen, Cody Willingham and Austin Brewster you have to replace.
Yeah, I think that there's always going to be people to fill. We're always going to lose people. We were hoping in the depths of our soul, we might get Garrett back for another year. And at the same time, we felt 100% he was ready to go play professional baseball, so we're happy for him. I think one of the things that we're trying to find out here in this next 5-6 week period is how do we go about replacing those guys, and maybe it's not with one, maybe it's with a couple of guys. But we had some good young players. They're a year older. You got to feel like all things being equal, they're going to get better. And so we're excited about this team. We were excited, even last year, we were excited about what this team might be because so many young guys being a year older. We're going to miss those guys, and at the same time, that's just a part of it.
All right, with the run in the regionals, go back to championships, the run in the regional, the new facility, has that helped recruiting? Can you see a difference so far?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question it's helped recruiting. And, it doesn't mean that we're going to get everybody that we go after, but it does mean that we get in there with a lot more people. And I think that our chances go way up. And people, once they come here, the comment that we hear over and over is that pitchers don't do it justice. It's better when you see it in person. So I do think recruiting is going to get better, and I think our best days are ahead. But at the same time, we need to continue to do the things that got us to this point, and that's a lot of hard work and people doing things the right way.
All right, let's look at some nuts and bolts here. You've already had some workouts with your guys, but officially you start practice. Are you limited to the number of days? Can you play some games during this month of October?
We can play 2 games, and that's something the NCAA did for us last year. They allow everybody to play 2 games that don't count against your 56. So we're going to take advantage of that. We're playing North Georgia. We're also playing Wallace-Hansville, a junior college. So those will be good days for us to see some different people. And then we'll get in about 30 days of practice throughout the fall. Sundays will be off days for us. A lot of days will be 6 days a week, some just 5 days, especially when we play football. So we're looking forward to the fall. We think that hopefully it's going to cool down just a little bit. It's been something else out here, and but we're looking forward to finding out kind of what this group is going to be about.
The goal, the objective, what are you looking for during this fall session?
Well, I think just what we just said, I think to kind of figure out who we are, and that's something that's hard to do when you're playing each other. But the identity of this team, we need to find out who this team is and how we're going to go about things, and who are we going to be a team that's always big inning? Are we going to be able to steal a bag or two, which we're hoping? Defensively, are we going to play as good a defense as we hope, and we think our pitchers can fill the strike zone up? But we need to figure out who are the best guys to go, because when we start our season, truthfully, we're starting with a pretty tough beginning, and we don't want to get off to a rotten start. So this next couple of weeks will determine a lot of how we open the season.
Well, just a quick peek at the schedule. Bunch of home games to start the year, isn't there?
A lot of home games, and that's another thing. You talk about the good things that this stadium brings. A lot of people want to play in this stadium, and you don't feel like you're going to get rained out. So, Missouri coming here, an SEC school coming here for a 3-game opening is a huge thing for us. We're looking forward to it. I actually talked to Coach Beazer this morning. He likes his club and feels like they're going to be better. I think that's a great way to kick off the 2020 season.
All right. I know in years past you've had your own little World Series. You split the guys up and do that. Is that something you do in the fall and at the end when you're getting ready to wrap up?
Yeah, probably right when we're getting ready to wrap up. And around that, we may it may not be continuous days. We may have a practice day or two built in there because obviously you don't want to push your pitching in the fall. We want everything to be positive, and one of the big things that we look for is to be able to come out of this healthy. And so if we go through the fall, we find out about ourselves, we come out of it healthy, we'll count that as a real plus.
All right, last thing as we wrap this up, there are guys who have outstanding falls that I guess sort of springboards them into the spring when you get to February or January practice and February the games. But yet if you don't have a good fall, you still got a chance when you come back in January, don't you?
There's no question. I mean, you kind of break it down into segments, and this is obviously a huge segment. This team segment is big. But then when that is over and you go back into individual stuff, what happens between then and the first game becomes just absolutely huge. And considering a lot of that time they're spent away from us at home. So how hard are they willing to work on their own to get better so that when we get back, we're ready to go?
Just starting in the fall, right in the middle of football, and before you know it, it'll be mid-February, and the first pitch will be going right here against Missouri.
Yeah, I figure it'll be cooler in February than it is right now. But oh yeah, it goes fast. It goes real fast, and especially when you're excited about it. And I know that we are. And this group of guys, I think, is really looking forward to getting after it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.